We have breaking news this morning. Crews are still battling a major fire in the 600 block of Main Street, causing traffic disruptions in that part of the city. Our CTV News camera captured these images of crews attacking the blaze at the Manwin Hotel at 655 Main Street. According to the City of Winnipeg Emergency Response Log webpage, the fire was first reported at around 3:45 this morning, and reports from the scene say the blaze forced the evacuation of the adjacent premises of the Main Street project. And now we're going to be joined by the Main Street Project's Jamil Mahmood, and we're going to find out a little bit more about the impact on Main Street Project. Good morning, Jamil.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Now, when did you first find out that there was something going on Main Street?
Yeah, it was about 4 in the morning. We got the notifications on our alarm system and then started mobilizing a support response on site.
Okay, so what does that mean for you? You had to go there and do what exactly?
So the first step was figure out if shelter needed to be evacuated or not. So it was determined that shelter did need to be evacuated. So we quickly worked to get, working with emergency social services to get buses down. We got about 40 people onto buses and then helped get the other folks to other Silo Mission, Salvation Army, or the Denawaimak, the other shelters. We sent some staff over to help at the winter pop-up at Salvation Army. And then we've set up a emergency drop-in center in partnership with the City Social Services at Freight House Community Center on Ross and Isabel there, and we'll have that'll be our temporary drop-in site until we know more about the building.
And I guess the concern is paint a picture of the site itself. So the hotel is where exactly in relation to Main Street Project?
Yeah, so on the corner, the old Mitchell Fabrics building is our shelter building. So we had about 200 people in shelter when this happened. And then on the other side of the Manwin, we also have our food bank and administration office. So right now, both buildings are not accessible while they're fighting the fire. And I know they have to go inside both buildings and do some fire protection from inside as well.
What is the concern on the fire's impact if it does spread to those buildings?
Yeah, I mean, we see on average 300 people through shelter every day. And so that would be 300 people without a place to go. We've already talked to our partners. They're going to extend their and make sure they have room. And then if they need extra staffing, we'll send some staff over, and then we'll work on the Freight House site. And then depending on the status of the building, whether we need to set up an overnight shelter as well, and how much spaces will be determined once we know the state of the building once the firefighting's done.
Jamil, tell us a little bit about the impact. I mean, obviously this has happened in the middle of the night for people. They're sleeping, they were rested, they were warm, and then this happens. Describe sort of the chaos that erupted.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, folks responded really well. And so it wasn't chaotic. People were understanding. Obviously, the blaze was pretty large, so folks handled it pretty well. I didn't get any reports of any incidents or that, and folks were, it's very cold out this morning, so getting folks onto those buses so they could be warm as quick as possible, or getting them over to Silo Mission so they could get to the pop-up went pretty quickly. So within half an hour we had everyone situated and moved, and then by 6 in the morning we were already opening up the drop-in center at Freight House.
Okay, describe. I know it's too preliminary at this point to say what you need at this point, but if people are watching at home, they want to support you in any way, what can they do to help you?
Yeah, I think right now we'll probably need an increase of, winter coats, blankets, things like that. Immediately, if we're setting up a pop-up shelter, we may need some other resources like mats or cots if we have to stay overnight. And then, not knowing the damage, any support that folks can provide right now for food or clothing or stuff like that. Our food bank and our clothing bank are in the same building, so we don't know if I'll have access to that for the next little while, so we might have limited access to additional clothes for folks, especially winter gear. So anything like that would go a long way right now. We're not sure where we can accept donations yet, but we'll keep folks updated. But donating to any of our partners right now, either any of the shelters could take extra donations and help get them to us, and we'll update more once we have more of a plan in place.